I just received the brand new Ace Pro 2 in the mail from Insta360, and today I want to unbox this thing and all of its accessories and give it a real test drive to see if this beauty is worthy of being our main wide-angle camera on the channel. So the official launch of the Ace Pro 2 is actually today, so you're probably going to see a lot of videos online about unboxings and the technical aspects of the Ace Pro 2, but this is Critter Hunter. This is not some tech channel, so of course all our testing is going to be underwater. So I'm not just going to dive with the Ace Pro 2 and see how I like it. I want to compare its video quality and ease of controls with the new GoPro 13 and see which one I prefer. I'm now at 5 meters and want to check out the video quality of the Ace Pro 2 right away before descending a little and comparing the two cameras. Now this Ace Pro 2 has a ton of incredible selling points. For instance, it has a bigger battery, which means a longer runtime, and it also has a fast charging mode where I can charge it completely in 45 minutes. I'll get into a few more specs later, but for now let's compare the footage with the GoPro 13. Here's my first shot with the Ace Pro 2 at 12 meters with its more difficult lighting environment. And here I switch to the GoPro, and as you can see, the automatic white balance leaves something to be desired. Here at 15 meters depth, I would need to do some serious white balancing on my DSLR, but I'm pretty impressed with the Ace Pro 2's AI color correction. Photographers know that beyond a few meters, less and less light reaches your photo subjects, but it turns out that the Ace Pro 2 has some really good low light capabilities, along with that auto white balancing divers will need. Of course, I had to put these cameras to the ultimate test and take them to the depth limit of recreational diving here at 40 meters. Down here, the light is almost gone, and along with it, the colors. And when I put the two camera footages side by side, you can see that the low light feature stands out on the Ace. I just had them both there on tripods in front of me, and it might just be me, but it really seemed like the display screen on the Ace Pro was a much higher resolution and made the footage look great compared to the GoPro. So both cameras have good stabilization, and of course these are the very top of the line when it comes to action cameras. And although I would definitely buy a GoPro 13 in a world where Ace Pro doesn't exist, we are lucky that it does exist and is better in almost every way. Before I started this dive, I told you that I'm the kind of person that does not get into the techie details. I just want something that is super user-friendly straight out of the box and has the best footage. I had no idea what to expect with these two cameras, but it turns out that the user controls are very easy to use on the Ace. I don't have to scroll through a million options to find what I need. I can just switch modes or angles or whatever in a second, so that's a win, considering I'm still trying to figure out the right settings for the GoPro. When you hold the Ace 2 Pro, it seriously feels like some tech genius studied the GoPro, then made it better in every way. To sum it up, for my first impressions on this test, both have great footage, but if you're using the GoPro, you will have to do some color grading later on to save them from that ugly green shade. So it's nice and easy to not have to do that. With the dive housing on, or off for that matter, the control buttons were easier to use on the Ace as well, and I was surprised that the actual display screen on the Ace was so much brighter and higher resolution than the GoPro, maybe even on par with my laptop screen. The screen itself is 2.5 inches wide, while the GoPro is 2.2 inches. Seriously, someone at Insta360 just pointed at the GoPro and told someone to make this thing 100% better in every category, and they did. So it's been a couple days now, and I've been filming with the two cameras, and I'm really impressed with both cameras underwater, but it feels like the GoPro is not really doing great with white balance underwater where lights don't penetrate. As you guys know, underwater colors start to fade out, starting with your reds, yellow, blues, orange, stuff like that. and all you're left with is like the green and really gray. And if I'm underwater with my big DSLR or mirrorless camera, I need to sit there at every few meters depth and do a white balance adjustment manually. And with the action cameras, they're supposed to do it automatically, and it looks like the GoPro's not really doing it at all, where the Ace Pro 2, it has its own AI white balance auto correction, so it looks a lot better right out of the box. So both cameras are doing good underwater. You're just gonna have to do a whole lot of color grading afterwards. And you know, for a lot of guys that don't do this for a living, or they're not professional videographers or whatever, they don't have laptops with Premiere Pro and all that. They just want to film something, running and gunning like I do. I want something out of the box, put the battery in, and ready to go. You know, I don't want to like sit there, no, I got to color grade it just to put it on Facebook or something. So I think the Ace Pro is really outshining it. On top of that, it's got some really good low light capabilities. Right out of the box, I didn't even set any settings. I had to change the Ace Pro down to 5.3K because just to match the GoPro 13, because that's as high as it would go, just to make it an even test. And besides that, I just went straight out and started filming. So now, day 2, I kind of got into the settings a little bit more, just so I could have them, set them, and forget them. And I put it on pure video because they called me and said that's made for underwater. And sure enough, I looked, it has an underwater mode. It has really good stability and all that, white balance. And then with this pure video mode, I was able to get really good lighting and stuff in low light, low visibility situations. You know, when I'm down at 40 meters, it's just no lights at all. And the footage came out a lot better this time. Last night we even did a night dive just to test some more of the low light capability with just a flashlight, and it performed really good there. Not very pixelated or anything, and it was really good. It even worked good here on land. So overall, I think in a fair comparison, the GoPro is really starting to lack in every category. And it's very strange because they've been around like my whole childhood. They've been along many years, and Insta360 and Ace Pro too, it's just arriving on the market, and it's like they just went and improved every single category. It really feels to me like GoPro is still made for like strapping on your snowboard or your BMX or whatever and just going for a ride. And that's it. It feels like they've never evolved. They don't focus on the divers. And it's really apparent because even Insta360 has already more accessories that you can get from the actual company. If you want all these diving and awesome accessories from GoPro, they make a housing, and a few little things, but besides that, you have to get it off, you know, aftermarket, all the best stuff, where Insta360 already sent me a lot of their stuff, and it's some cool stuff from like suction cups. You could mounts for everything. I mean everything. And on top of that, their housing, the GoPro housing straight from GoPro and the housing from Insta360 is so much stronger. I went down to 40 meters just to test them out, and the screen on the GoPro housing was compressed enough. It was pushing against the screen of the actual camera. It was a little worrisome. Where the Ace Pro housing is super strong and durable. It looks like it's made out of the same polymer or whatever, but really thick, really strong stuff. And I felt much safer going underwater. I already know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, the GoPro and the Ace, they're waterproof by themselves up to like 15 feet. Don't trust that. I never trust that. I've taken the GoPro down to 3 meters at less than 15 feet, and it's flooded right away. On top of that, the screen is all compressed from the pressure. You can't use it. I've ruined GoPros at much shallower depths than what they say you can go. So spend the whatever it is and buy the housing. So yeah, I think this Ace Pro and Ace Pro 2, it's gonna be a GoPro killer. If they keep going like this and innovating at a much faster rate than GoPro is, it's gonna be a GoPro killer. I'm glad to see that they're on the market. Everything being said, I was way more impressed with the Ace Pro 2 than the GoPro 13. So I was like, well, what's the price difference? Because if these are the same price, 100% I'm getting the Ace Pro 2. In every category, it was better. I mean, let's just not forget, I had to take it off of 8K just to make it even. I mean, just the fact that it does 8K video and GoPro doesn't, I mean, that's a game ender right there. But just to make it fair, whatever. Okay, but that being said, if they were the same price, 100% I would get the Ace Pro. So I went on Amazon and some other places to look, and the Ace Pro is actually cheaper. So it's like, it's a no-brainer. I'm sticking to the Ace Pro. I'm gonna get rid of the GoPro. Ace Pro even has so many accessories. Like I said, they even gave me their own brand of memory cards. They have everything. All right, so I'm gonna go out right now. I'm just gonna put it in 8K, go all out, go do some dives, have some fun with the Ace Pro 2, get a little bit more footage and show you guys. And yeah, I'll put some links down below. This is definitely the new action cam for divers.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me.